Welcome, John Hicks, Christian Rigal, Tony Ennis.
Yo.
Hello.
The long-awaited Filmers podcast.
Hey.
See how it goes. How's everyone feeling?
Chilling. How you doing?
Stoked to be out here.
Can't complain. You two came up from San Diego today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Picked up Tony in the morning.
Oh, you carpooled.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Made the trek.
Cool. So you guys are friends?
Yeah.
You guys known each other for a while?
Yeah, I think I met him like maybe a little bit before I came out to California, like maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something.
Still searching, or
Yeah.
end search. No, not end search. Probably still searching, which never happened. But
Yeah.
Whatever happened. Yeah, I was just watching End Search. What was there was going to be a sequel?
Yeah, there was supposed to be, but me and Ty moved from Greenville to California, so
Right.
it made it hard to get up with Josh and Darden and all them who were working on that project. So
Josh was in charge of that, it seemed like.
yeah, we used all his footage in like the Deadline Friends section.
Oh, okay.
Like some other stuff from Still Searching just for Deadline. So
He had some insane clips in the Deadline Friends section, I might add.
he was on it. Like when we were filming for that video, like I think he was going for an epic part.
Hell
he was
yeah.
definitely killing it.
He's always just a rail master, just
he's
the
one of
boss,
the best
dude.
to ever do it.
built for it.
Yeah.
Word.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah.
Miss you,
Yeah.
brother.
The boss.
So Christian, I feel like we'll get to you. You had your time last week. I'm excited for everyone to see. I'm sure by the time this comes out, your solo podcast will have been out already, and people will have seen it and been excited on it. Hopefully. So, how about you, Christian? What have you been up to lately?
I've been enjoying being in San Diego. I had a hectic summer last year, and I had a lot of fun, but I didn't have much time home, and I started to realize that I'd go on all these awesome trips and film all these videos and then come home and have no time to edit them.
Right.
And it just turned into making fun projects into, a bit stressful. So
Oh yeah.
I made it a point this summer to try and be home as much as I can and just go on the really fun trips that come up. And yeah, it's been awesome, riding with all my friends back home and some new dudes that I haven't really got to ride and film with much. So it's been great, man. I love it. Enjoying San Diego for once.
Is there some sort of Markit sequel that we could be looking out for?
Yeah, there actually is. We literally just Dennis sent out the official email maybe 3 weeks ago, and we're gonna start it this summer. So
Nice.
It's gonna be not like a real not a full 1 or 2 year project. It's gonna be like a kind of a trip based video.
Okay.
But it's gonna be the whole crew, and we're still kind of figuring out the details, but we're definitely starting up this summer, and it should be not a quick turnaround, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm sure within a year of starting it, it'll definitely be out. So people can get stoked for something at least.
Hell yeah.
The whole crew will be involved, and
That's a heavy crew too.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Everyone's excited.
we got Tyler in there now. That'll be awesome.
Yo.
And then,
Wow.
People
That
like
just got
Jonas,
crazy.
I have so many people asking about new Jonas footage, and obviously everybody else, Rob and all those dudes. So it's gonna be rad, man. New equipment, new member of the crew, new project, everything. I'm stoked.
That's
dude.
crazy. It's like a rebirth.
Yep.
We should talk about the new equipment while we're on that topic.
You can do that.
The red.
The red.
The Scarlet? Is that like the entry level red?
I think there was like a Mysterium or something. I think there's another one, but I think right now their main 3 models are the Scarlet Dragon, the Dragon, and then now the Weapon, which is the most insane 8K fucking gnarly camera. So, but yeah, dude. For what I'm filming, the Scarlet's dialed.
Yeah.
4K, 60p, full frame. It's great, man. I love it.
Do you ever feel in danger having such a expensive equipment in your hands?
I have insurance now, which is great. I never
Yeah,
had
you need
insurance
that.
before. I don't
Yeah.
know how I rode dirty for so long, but
yeah, that's a serious thing.
I don't know. I just try and, I don't leave it anywhere.
Yeah.
Even when I'm at my house, I take it. If I'm not trying to use it, I still take it with me. So it's definitely more conscious of everything. And
Yeah.
But I try and not I'm not trying to be freaking out about it all the time. It's still just, it's expensive equipment. I don't want to ever lose it. So I just do everything I can to keep an eye on it. But it's definitely I'm still wondering how, in the streets, people see video cameras and it catches their eye. I don't know if they're going to see that thing and be
I can only
I don't know. I
imagine.
wouldn't know what it is. People ask what kind of camera you have. If I told some dude it's a red, I don't know if he's going to know that it's expensive, or if he's just going to be like, well, that's not a Sony. I'm not going to fuck with that.
Let's hope.
But yeah, man, it's been awesome, and I couldn't be any happier making the big investment. It's investment in my future, and I'm stoked.
It
man.
really is. You're probably gonna be using that thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, and
hopefully.
it's something that I always wanted to get one at some point, but I'd never thought it was something that I would ever be able to get.
Yeah.
And I just, kind of looked around and figured out that I could finance it and build my credit at the same time. I've been trying to build my credit anyways, and using a credit card, like, you'll do that slowly. And I was like, you know what, if I can finance this thing, build my credit, learn how to film with my friends on this camera instead of later on in life expecting to get it and start. I don't want to learn on a set, how to use that thing.
Yeah, you might as well get started now.
Yeah, I get to learn in the best real life experience with my friends that I'm Dennis and Chad, I grew up filming with them. So to be able to not relearn, but to adapt to filming with the Red with those guys is the best thing I could have ever, the best option I could have ever had.
Yeah, it's the top echelon of cameras and riders. You're up there. You're up there with Hicks here.
That's even crazy, dude. Shit.
Hicks, how you been the past couple nights since your podcast?
Yeah, man.
Glowing.
Yeah, I've been good. I was sitting here trying to think where I first met both of these gentlemen. I feel like I didn't meet Tony until not too long ago, even though I knew his stuff ever since in Search.
Yeah, Trip Jam, I think we met.
Trip Jam was the first place we actually met.
Right up at Sheldon. A couple months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I've always been aware of his stuff. His shit's
Right.
always looking dope, but just never really bumped into each other. So
Yeah, it
other
happens.
side of the country shit. And then Christian,
Yeah.
I think I've known Christian for a cool ass minute, actually.
Yeah, I feel like you were 16 or something when I
Probably,
met you.
yeah.
I just remember you were just this new kid killing it, making sick Vital videos, and I definitely took notice. I seen a lot of dudes come through Vital, and I could tell new young kids making cool shit. So
Yeah, I had noticed Christian shit before I had even really started filming, though. I just knew him from edits and shit, back on the VX. I think he wrote for Mankind,
yeah,
maybe. So
You wrote
long
for
ago.
Mankind?
dude, I don't even want to get started
Okay,
on
no,
that.
we don't even gotta go there. But I'm saying
Everyone
that's
wrote
That's
for
the dark
Mankind.
side.
the time frame, though. You know what I'm saying?
that's
since way back.
way back
so
when.
It's dope to see everybody still killing the shit. We all still doing the shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Especially, Christian, I just want to commend you for your riding as well, because it's
Hands down,
something
yeah. It's crazy.
I guess my first real question for you is how do you split your time? You're an accomplished rider. Obviously, you have a signature frame. You're an accomplished filmer. You have a Nora award under your belt.
killing it.
I don't look at it like splitting my time. I just, since I, was really making anything with riding, I was already filming. So it's always kind of been normal that I go out with my camera, and if I find something I want to do, I film it. And if I don't, then I'm just filming my friends. It's always just been like that. So it never feels like I have to split it up. The only times I ever really notice anything is if I go out in the morning and I try something and it doesn't work out, then sometimes I kind of I'm done for the
rest of
day.
the
I'm just
day.
gonna film.
I feel the same way. If I try to split my time between riding, filming, and shooting, I can only get 2 of the 3 done. So there'll be days where I'm strictly camera, and there's days where I bring my camera gear out and shoot one photo, and then ride if I can. I always feel like I can't be there on all fronts, and I have to pick and choose my battles. And
Definitely.
I'm getting some days of the week down that work better for me on each one, but it might just be in my head.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm just man, I'm sore, but I'll be so stoked to just go out and cruise. Whether
yeah.
I don't want to ride or not, I'll have, I got all my stuff, and even if the homies don't want to clock in, just to go out and cruise with everyone, it's been awesome. And I got, all my photo gear now too, so it's even if we're not filming, I'm yo, you want to shoot a photo?
Wait, you have flashes and all that now, or
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Really?
I've been shooting a lot of photos recently.
Really?
Yeah, the last 2 United trips, I was kind of the unofficial photographer, and setting up flashes when I could, where I wasn't taking
too much
I
time.
didn't make anyone wait. I was
Yeah.
you do your thing. I'm gonna set up back here if I get it. That's why it was cool, because no one was there to shoot it anyway. So I'm you know what? I'm just gonna shoot it. If I get it, sweet. If I don't, then we weren't gonna have
That's
a photo
awesome.
anyway.
I could tell you were definitely getting the hang of it. I follow you on Instagram, and you got the long exposures going down.
Oh, dude, that's what really hooked me.
Yeah.
Because I bought a 60D, and all I really wanted to shoot was just lifestyle stuff and scenic stuff. And then obviously I started shooting riding, and I've always knew I liked to shoot riding, but my main kind of interest when I got the camera was just to shoot scenic stuff, because I love just going out at night and just exploring around and shooting. But then I got to go on these United trips. I was you know what, I'm gonna bring my stuff and shoot some photos, and they don't all come out awesome. I'm still learning every time, but I've managed to come home with at least one pretty awesome photo from each trip. So
Wait, so what flashes are you using? I just have to ask.
I have 2 Alien B400s.
Okay.
And then just Pocket Wizards, and then my collection of lenses that I started with my photo camera, and now I use all the same lenses with my Red, so
Damn.
it works out great. And
So we might have to have you on a photographer podcast at some point, then, huh?
I don't know
And then we
about
could
that.
have your own rider podcast as well. What the fuck,
You
Christian?
got a bunch to do.
You need to chill out.
I'm stoked.
Let us catch up.
I managed to. Chris Kyle and Alex Donachie came to town, and they were
Right.
like already, filming and working on their own stuff. So
Yeah.
I showed them around a bit and just asked them if I could shoot photos, and they
I
were
saw
down.
you. I was capturing the footage, and I saw you just shooting with the fisheye. Alex was riding some rail, and you were just in there.
Yeah, and I guess one of my photos I shot of Chris will be in the new ride, so I'm like,
No fucking way.
Yeah, so
Damn.
stoked, dude. Like,
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Jeez.
no, it's been awesome though. Like, just it's funny, really, like shooting photos now and like kind of starting to notice all the little things about like when I'm riding and someone's shooting me. Like, if you're trying something and you're like, oh well, I might do hard 180 out or I might do bar. Like the rider
yeah,
sometimes doesn't think about it, but for the photographer, you're like, fuck,
You
dude,
gotta
like,
let
which
them
one
know
are you
what's
gonna
going
do?
on.
Like,
There's a handful of riders
Yeah.
I shoot with that just they expect me to know what's going on.
yeah,
That
You gotta
sucks.
tell me what's going on. I don't know how to film
yeah,
it properly.
that's been something I've been really appreciating is just learning like all these things and seeing like how like real life experience it is for the photographer. And I just
Yeah.
have so much of a bigger, I always appreciate it, but like, I really like, give those dudes like a lot of credit because like I used to think like, oh, when you're filming, you got to film the whole entire clip good. And when you're shooting a photo, you just got to catch that one thing. And that's the most like closed-minded thing I could have ever thought.
Oh,
like,
I remember someone else saying that once, and I was super offended.
yeah, dude. See, like that. So for me to even like say that back, I feel like a piece of shit. But it's I never understood it.
Yeah,
and there's so much more that goes into capturing that one moment.
Yeah,
Even if you're not getting the whole clip, like that one moment's usually going to be harder to capture than
Yeah, you got to
the whole
tell
clip.
the whole. You got to explain the whole clip with one single frame.
Yeah, you don't have two angles. You don't have any
Yeah.
of that. So no, dude, it's been really rad, and it's like I said, it gives me an appreciation for all the dudes that I shoot with, like way more than I ever did before. So
Hell yeah.
it's been sweet.
That's good. That's good. I'm psyched. Tony,
Yo.
what you been working on?
Just filming with Ty. We're working on like a primo part for him. Probably been working on it for like a year now. Not even, maybe like 10 months or something. But it's been hard just because I'm down in San Diego. He's up here.
Yep.
But just doing that and just working pretty much with everyone on Fiend. Like doing something with JJ too.
Nice.
And Colin. I'm not sure what Colin's part's going to be, but he's fucking crazy. So
Yeah, he is.
his part is, he's killing it. So I'm hyped for him.
How did the recent Montreal trip go?
I think we might have got like 2 clips.
Really?
I don't know. We
Should
just
happen,
kept kind
man.
of getting kicked out, and some of the runways were sketchy. I mean, the place is amazing, but it just we didn't have much luck.
Damn.
I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of our trips, it's not even focused on getting a lot of footage, so no one gets too bummed when we don't
Right.
come back with stuff. Like, if everyone had a good time, it's a successful trip, but try to just put the parts out when they're done and not really stress like a timeline of doing it,
Right.
I mean, shit, yeah, that's the grind, shit. Sometimes that shit just take mad long, but when it come out,
Yeah.
it's always on point, you know that?
Yeah, you
Things
got,
take time.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. Nothing comes easy.
yeah, I feel like if you rush it, it just doesn't come out how you want it, so you might as well do it right. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if it doesn't make an impact and you put that much work in, it's like kind of a fucking waste. So,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about the Garrett Reynolds Red Bull video.
What the fuck?
Speaking of making an impact.
Yeah, he's crazy, dude.
So did you film all of that?
Yeah, I think Ty filmed a couple clips in there.
Okay. But you
it was-
oversaw most of you edited?
Yeah, edited and filmed it. It's pretty hard to work with like a corporate company like that
I
because
bet.
you gotta find a song that's clearable or whatever, like in their music library and shit. So that's kind of hard. But other than that, it was pretty easy process. I feel like we were just filming anyway. And
Yeah.
then they wanted a project, and he's like, "Well, I got this footage." So
Here you go.
and then they wanted to do like a little behind the scenes.
Right,
thing.
right.
So me and Navaz went on a trip and did that. So
Good work.
thanks, boss.
Yeah.
So we got two Nora Cuppers right here. Video of the year. We got Mr. Plug Prices over here.
Yeah.
Over 1 million views, huh?
Plug price? No, Stevie and Vegan.
Okay, Stevie and Began.
Yeah, they're all
Plug price is
sick.
probably getting close though. Is it?
It's got a way to go.
Adam. Half a
It's
million.
got a way to go.
Getting there. That's
Still
fucking
getting there.
crazy
On the
numbers.
internet, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Sick one.
Did you guys ever think you'd be in the positions you are right now as filmers?
Hell no.
Was it an aspiration of yours as a kid to be a filmer and to be going on trips with riders and being behind the camera rather than in front? And Christian, is different for you because you work both sides of the camera.
Yeah, I honestly I remember, it's funny, I had a TRV 900 when I was a kid, and I filmed my friends, but I didn't know what editing was, so I just thought you had to film the video on the tape. So I would film the titles with the music in the back and all that. And,
Shit.
and nothing even ever happened with the stuff that we filmed. The tape never went anywhere. So it's weird because I did film, but it never really gave me the bug. And then just I'd go down to visit San Diego and ride with Dennis, and just from riding with him and everyone, I was like, dude, these guys are doing gnarly shit all the time, and no one's filming it. And I was like, yo, Dennis, you want to get a camera? And we just split a camera, and that's where it kind of started, and that's when I fell in love with it. But I never, even when I was doing that, I never once expected that it would turn into anything. We just filmed some videos, give the footage to Losi, he'd edit it and put it on Vital, and then we were stoked. And then after a while, I was like, you know what, I want to learn how to put these together. And my friend Alex Auerbach, who was working for Vital at the time, showed me how to use Final Cut, and it all kind of started from there. But I never in my life thought that, I was just stoked to make videos, and I got paid a couple times, and I thought it was cool, but didn't think it'd ever turn into a job or get a Nora Cup or anything like that.
What year is it that you first started filming when you got that TRV 900?
I got, Dennis was, I think, 15 or 16, and I was 17 or 18, and then I think.
What are you now? 27?
I'm 26 in 2 weeks.
Okay, 26.
So, I've been filming for maybe 8 years or something like that. And I had a VX for, I think it was a year and a half. And then I got too close filming Connor Lodes, and he blasted that shit out of my hands.
Shit.
And then instead of getting another VX, I was, at the time we were filming Riding on the Wall, and I was helping Dennis film a couple clips. And then it just kind of seemed like there would be an opportunity to maybe work on some bigger stuff if I had a HD camera. So I just went in on an HPX 170, and then kind of started to work on more videos from there. But yeah, never would have thought that it would have led up to this. Before, I was just riding for fun and filming for fun, and then one day I don't know, I think I got sponsored and kind of started getting serious with riding and started to sell more videos, and was trying to go to college and really hated it, and it got to the point where I'd go on some trips and miss school and couldn't keep up with it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna not go to college and just try and make videos and get paid that way, and it just kind of worked out. I lived in San Diego, and I had some of the best riders in the world to ride and film with, so I was really fortunate with that. So just kind of went with it. I got lucky.
Keep going with that. Hicks, what about you? Did you ever have aspirations to be a professional rider?
Professional rider? No.
Yeah. Well,
No.
you still ride. I've seen
Yeah,
you
no, I
ride.
still ride.
He's got skills.
Yeah.
I still ride all the time and shit, but
But you're completely content behind the camera.
yeah. I think by the time I was 15, I didn't know I was gonna be I didn't know I wanted to film or take my whole life in that direction, but I just knew I wasn't gonna pursue riding like that. Not in a bad way neither, just because you gotta be I don't know. I'm not ready for that physical aspect of it.
Okay.
That's just, you gotta be ready to tax yourself, and I just
Yeah.
I'm not down for that shit. That's why I really respect someone like
Do you
Christian, because he just.
Are you
it.
someone who
I don't
doesn't
think about it.
you don't like breaking a sweat?
Nah, because I'll be on the board filming for 8 hours straight.
Yeah,
You sweating
you
your ass
have to,
off doing
yeah.
that. You busting your ass. It's the same type of shit. It's just.
You do. You filmed me for at least an hour the other day.
Yeah, just because when you into that mindset, you just know that's what you got to do and just keep going.
I appreciate that. What about you, Tony? You ride?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you like to ride?
I think riding's kind of went full circle for me. I kind of just enjoy cruising down the road and fucking hopping up shit and just sliding around. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I don't know. I used to be into going in and shit when I was younger, but it got fucked up a lot. So that's kind of when filming took over for me. I always wanted to be around BMX. I didn't want to just leave it behind because I was being a pussy to do shit, So, now riding for me is just, I have fun cruising down the fucking road and bombing a hill or something, but I'm not doing anything crazy now.
You never get inspired by some of the dudes you ride with to just
I do, and
grind a rail?
they make that shit look easy. So
Right.
I'm I'll try that, and I just get worked. I'm I'm just embarrassing myself now. But I cruise with everyone, so.
You ever had any big injuries from riding?
Yeah, a bunch. I've been riding since I was 11,
Okay.
so I don't know. Over the years, just a bunch of crazy shit. had a coma. I went into a coma when I was younger.
Damn.
Like I was like 14, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to race, and like just some squirrely dude fucking got his bars caught on my shirt and fucking boom, smashed my shit. So
Fuck.
yeah, but that wasn't the one that like kind of chilled me out. Like I ripped my foot open real bad on like Rock and Road Fools back in the day, like a prop store.
Yeah.
I like ripped my foot open real bad and like got super embarrassed because I shouldn't have been riding. I was just like, I don't know, I got freaked out. Like I remember Behringer was like, "You all right, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And he's like, "Holy fuck!" Like there's like blood shooting out of my shoe. He told me he like went into the bathroom. It was like one of those paper towel dispensers, like that make him come out. And he's like trying to get the paper towels, freaking out. So I don't know. Shout out to Matt Behringer for helping save my foot. But it was gnarly. You could like see the bones and shit. It sucked.
Whew.
But now I just cruise.
Yeah.
Like, cruise with everyone. I'm cool with just bombing hills and bunny hopping curbs and shit.
So when you watch a riding video, what do you get most psyched on? You get psyched on the riding, the editing, the filming?
Everything together, like music. I think music plays a big part in videos.
Definitely.
And
I want to
then,
get to that in a minute.
just the way, if there's like usually one filmer working on something, I usually like that just because it's pretty consistent how
Right.
it looks. And then just riding too. Like if it's gnarly, it's gnarly. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, just creative shit. Like you can make something with anything. It doesn't really matter about the camera. Just something that's put together well is cool.
What are some of your more modern inspirations for your editing? You definitely have a unique style. The Deadline video I really enjoyed. I remember talking with you about it, about how your cameras were glitching, and you sort of just ran with the whole glitch effect.
Yeah, our cameras got pretty blown out on that project, so kind of just went with it.
Yeah.
Like filming some of the craziest tricks ever, and then you look at the footage and there's just fucking shit all over. And I was just like, "Fuck, dude! Like, what are we gonna do?"
Yeah.
So just kind of went with that direction. I don't know. Never really have like I'm trying to think of an inspiration now. I kind of just look at the footage and then try to come up with something for a direction for it. I'm trying to think of inspirations now.
Well, let's talk music. Does the music come first when you're editing?
Like,
do you have a list of songs?
I'm always listening to shit,
Yeah.
so if I hear something cool, I'll like keep it in mind or write it in my notes
Right.
or put it in a playlist or something. But pretty much just use stuff I listen to, and then stuff the rider. If the rider suggests something, I'll use that stuff
Yeah.
too. So it just depends. If it sounds cool, then I'm down for it.
What about you guys? How important is music to you, Hicks?
Very.
Yeah.
Extremely.
If you had a choice, what would be some songs you would edit to? You got anything on top of your head?
Ooh, I'm about to shock the whole world this one.
Let's hear it.
Xavier Wolf.
Oh, come on.
Shout out to my nigga Xavier.
What up, Zay?
Yeah, that's it. I like fucking with my nigga shit. I don't know. And like other shit I found out. Mr. Carmack, cool. Esther Beats. If the music inspires me to edit, then I'll edit to it.
Nice. And I heard you talking about you're someone who locks yourself in a room until a project is done.
Yeah.
As far as editing goes, I respect that, and I see some of that in myself as well.
Late nights.
Yeah.
So you really you just dive right in. You put your. It sounded like, I mean, the other night you're very adamant about the projects you work on. Does nothing else matter in your life when you're in the middle of this editing?
Yeah. Especially like, or particularly only if I can get myself in the zone.
Yeah.
You know, because if I can't get myself in the zone, then I can't progress on the edit at all.
It's not even worth trying if you
Yeah.
can't get in that zone.
You're not feeling it, ain't happening.
You can't force it to come back later. Yeah. I feel that.
Exactly, you know. So, but if you're in that zone and shit, why would you stop?
Right.
That's when you're like, oh shit, now I really got to put in some work here.
Yeah. That's sick. Christian music. I really like your music. You know what's really funny is like the Redux section at the end of Markit Zero. You use like the Donkeys. Is that the band? I had that in my list of songs to
That's
use.
awesome. Yeah, dude, that was
just
like one of the the soundtrack for that video was hard because it's, you know, one,
You had to clear it.
Yeah, we had to clear it, and
Yeah.
two, like it had to fit with everything, and like it had to be affordable, and like there's a lot of aspects to that, and dude, a lot of those songs didn't come easy, you know,
Sure.
like so. But yeah, dude, music is key, and I try and not stick to like one niche type of music, but at the same time, like I don't know, I definitely like kind of feel good like music, but I'm really picky on like it fitting with the rider because I have a lot of my homies, like even if he's my best friend, like they'll throw me a song and I'm just like, dude, like this song's sick, but it just doesn't fit with you, like it's either super fast and you're going slow, or you're going fast and the song's slow. Like I've always been really picky on like, whether it's the sickest song ever, if it doesn't fit for your riding, then like I'll hold on to it for something else. And like I think there was Connor's song that he wrote to. Jonas found it and he was trying to ride to it, and when he sent me the song, I didn't even know that he was looking to ride to it. I just saw Connor's riding, and it just like so like I felt bad breaking the news to Jonas, like, yo dude, I think this song's better for Connor. And then after that, Jonas's part ended up being like, the song that he wanted, the band wanted like 10 grand for this song, and we're like, yo dude, like here's all we can't pay that. Like this is what we're paying for these other songs. Like this is like completely like obscene.
Was the song worth 10,000?
Hell no, no song's worth 10,000. Like that's what's crazy. Is
I don't know. You guys are about to try to get Pink Floyd cleared, aren't you?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Dude, there's some songs where like I threw it out there and the lady's like, don't even bother.
Really?
Like, yeah, like it's crazy trying to deal with that stuff. It's like Chad's song, there's a lot of artists in there, 3 different artists, 3 different labels. Like it wasn't easy, but like, I didn't want to do 2 rap songs with Chad. For me, like I wanted, his riding works with like different types of music. So I was like, I wanted to do something like kind of like, a soul song-ish. And then like, I was definitely down for a rap song. Like I don't use rap all the time, but I know like Chad likes it. I'm into it. It works good with his riding. So that was like a little bit of a hassle, but no, music is, you could have the best riding ever. If you use the wrong song for it, it's going to ruin the video. So
very true.
I try and find something that I think the general public's going to like. And then, obviously if the rider's into it and I'm into it and it edits good, then I'm stoked and we'll drop in, and usually it comes together good. But the last thing you want to do is be editing to a song that doesn't fit perfect, and then it's like, it's...
What's the point?
Yeah, you're trying to make something work that's not really meant to be. Like, leave it for something else or don't use it at all.
Put it on the back burner.
Yeah, there's always another project where that song will probably work better if it's not perfect for what you're doing.
Yeah.
I almost lost my mind doing that Garrett part for Red Bull. I'm like, fuck, I'm like... using this epic ass footage to some cleared ass song. So like this, like, because we were working on it as another part, like with an uncleared song. And I was like, took the other song out, like the sick song out, put the new song in, and I was just like, fuck, this is kind of like ruining the whole thing. But I don't know. In the end, it came like kids liked it.
Oh yeah,
so.
that shit was outrageous, dude. The song is probably the last that anybody.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. Like I was fucking pulling my hair out over it. Everyone's like, bro, no one's even gonna look at the song.
It's like
listen to the song.
Generic. I don't want to say generic, but it's like
super repetitive. Like
heavy metal or rock. Yeah.
I always wonder if kids like understand that shit. Like this is a Red Bull video. Like, do they know that like the shit we have to go through to like figure this song out, or do they just assume like, why would he use that song or something like that? Like, I don't know if kids understand like what goes into some of these projects, and like, if they did, I think they'd have a lot more appreciation for it. It's like, look, like we had to dig through this library for days on days sometimes to try and find something remotely good. Like,
I don't think kids care.
No.
They just don't know. They won't know until they face these problems themselves.
And they ain't dealing with that.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with that. What do you guys see as the biggest problem with media these days, video media, not just in BMX, but like around? I'm referencing to the internet and the way that physical copies of videos aren't being as widely distributed or even made. And I know Hicks the other night said he doesn't care to ever make a DVD.
I mean, it's kind of done. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's done, but
it's not done.
You can fucking the shit on the internet's high, just as high quality or higher than a DVD now, right? Like, I don't know. I just think as long as people are seeing it, that's what needs to happen. Like, DVDs are still fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, as long as people see them, it's sick, I think. I don't know. That's like kind of something we went through with Fiending, like putting out like we were gonna make it a DVD at one point, and it's like people just need to see this. We haven't done anything in a while. Like, let's just put it out. So
thank you for putting that out. We needed that when it dropped.
Dude.
I think most people remember where they at when that shit dropped. I remember exactly where I was at. I was like, dang.
I would buy a DVD copy if you made one, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll make a theme video at some point.
All right, cool.
It'll probably come out on iTunes, I'm guessing. That's like the new shit as far as like selling things goes.
It is. Like. Apple really has the market cornered. Fuckers.
Make money off everything.
Yeah.
Fucking taking over the world, dude.
iPhone 7 charger. Okay, so you've done N-Search and you've done Deadline.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything as far as full-length DVDs?
Just those two. Yeah.
Okay, and obviously Deadline was a hit. Again. Deadline video.
Thanks.
Nora, everyone
best.
agrees. Christian, you've done a lot of web stuff.
Yep.
I've seen. The first thing, I was just going through your Vimeo page. I saw the Tate Roskelly video from like 2009.
Yeah,
with
dude.
architecture in Helsinki.
Yeah,
I really
that was
like
fun
that.
to work on, man. That was like, I think back at, when I got to go out to Salt Lake and film with Tate, and it's like, he's one of the most fun and interesting dudes
Hell
to
yeah.
film with. And
Yeah.
like to go out with him and like we roll up to a spot and like I just sit there and think like, what is he? He'd take me to a mulch pile and I'm like, dude, what are you about to do on this mulch pile? And he'd do like some crazy front flip,
was that
like
the front flip?
Yeah,
That
front
shit
flip
was-
barrel roll thing. And it's like,
Yo.
dude, I had so much fun. I feel very fortunate that I was able to like work with Tate. Like I got to film pretty much all of his Demolition Part 2, and like, dude, he's one of the raddest, bike riders, and to be able to like get to work with him on a handful of projects has been a treat. Like,
Hell yeah.
shout out to Tate. Like,
Shout out to Tate.
Not trying to do what anyone else is doing. He's always stuck to his type of riding, and I think I like to hope that everyone appreciates it in some way or another.
Oh, yeah.
He seems like someone, based on his writing, he seems like someone who would just sort of put all the filming and editing responsibilities in your hands and just like do your thing, because really Tate Roskelly's in BMX, he's over there doing his thing.
Yeah.
Does he just give you full creative reign, or did he have any say in the process?
No, he would. I mean, I feel like that's the cool thing about working with somebody that you're comfortable with. Like, he's gonna do his thing. He trusts me to do my thing, and in the end, we were both stoked on how everything came out. Like I try and the things he's doing are so crazy. It's not like. Obviously, you always want to justify what's going on, and his clips are so far out that it's fun. It makes me scratch my head like, how am I gonna film this and show like how crazy this is? Like, whether he's sliding under a fence or making some crazy like plinko setup, like it's always a fun. I like to film with people that do things out of the box, outside of the box, because it's whether if you feel someone just do a trick downstairs, like that's cool, but like how creative could you really get filming that? Like when I'm filming Tate, like going across a whole school, bumping into things that are rolling downstairs, and he's always got something crazy, and it's a fun challenge, and it's exciting to film that kind of stuff. So
That's sick. Are there any riders that you can name on top of your head that you work very well with, or that you just sort of click with?
it's funny, I was talking about that with Tony on the way up here, and Chad and. It sounds weird because obviously they're two of the best riders, but I learned how to film with Dennis. Dennis even taught me how to film. Like, he had more camera time than I did, so he used to borrow his, he did shows for this guy, Dave White, and he had a camera, and he let Dennis borrow it, and that was like the first time we'd kind of go out and film, and he knew more about filming than me, so he kind of like showed me how to do some stuff, and then we learned together. So like I learned how to film with Dennis, and then Chad as well. Like the first video I ever filmed, edited, and sold was a Chad Kerley video to Vital when he was 14. So like, those two dudes have been there since, my start of filming when I was, filming with the VX. So like, definitely like the other day when I started to film a new premium video with Chad, and it was the first day I was using the Red too. And, it'd been so long since I've worked with him, because I think we did like a dance comp video maybe 6 to 9 months ago or something, but it'd been long enough to where like I filmed like one clip with him. I'm like, oh yeah, like when I film with Chad, like shit just clicks, like. He's comfortable. He knows I got it. I know he's gonna fucking do something crazy, and it's just like, I still mess up. I mess up all the time. But for some reason, when I'm with Dennis and Chad, like things just, I don't know. I don't know if it's because we're comfortable together or what, but like things just work out, and I'm always like so stoked on how stuff comes out with those two dudes. So
That's great.
I film with them. I probably film with them more than anybody, and yeah, I definitely say those two are like the dudes that we mesh together well. Like.
So was Dennis handling the filming duties for you when you're riding?
Connor and Dennis are the two dudes that like.
Connor shot a cover of RideBMX.
Dude, Connor, I feel like you need to get Connor in here and just talk about that amongst everything else, because I don't think people appreciate like how crazy that is that he shot a cover with a DSLR that
Yep.
probably any household has, and a $50 50 mil lens.
Yeah.
You know, like epic, perfectly shot cover.
Yeah.
Like, and like I feel like that just blew by people. Like the cover was so crazy. I don't think people really appreciated.
They didn't really look behind the scenes. Yeah, I was like, all right, well, this is like it's a what was it? It was like a 180 bar back, like 180 bar
It was
back. Or
the 180. He did the
Oh, it was a
180 bar
180.
back too on that spot, but it was
Oh, it
a
was a
180 whip out of the ditch in New Mexico. And
Huge
it's-
drop.
Yeah, literally,
That's
like
crazy.
he shot that, and jokingly, I was like, dude, you just shot the cover, because like Dennis was working on an interview. I'm like, yo, like you could just see it, you know,
Yeah.
like. Just the framing, like it was perfectly sharp, everything. I'm like, yo, dude, you just shot the fucking cover. And then like we were at Toast, and Andrew White came up to him. He's like, yo, dude, like I don't want to spoil it, but you got the cover.
What
And
the
like,
fuck?
dude,
So
it's,
That is dope.
yeah,
That's
it's so
too.
crazy.
Corey Martinez has shot a cover too.
Yeah, dude, it's
maybe two actually.
If you look back at like pro riders that have shot a cover, I think it's like Corey Martinez, Brian Castillo, like I think
Harrington's got one on the first shot he ever shot, I think.
that's amazing.
Really?
It's like
Wow.
a French magazine, but
Okay.
Harrington's like, yo, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just shot, it was like a picture of Dart, and then he got a cover. I'm like, yo,
Shit,
what
dude.
the
Yeah, dude.
First photo shot, you got a cover? Fucking
It's a good
boss.
start.
Yeah, but Connor, dude, it's funny because Connor and Dennis, like, if they just filmed their own edit, like filmed an edit and put it together, like they don't know how to edit. Or Dennis edited his own little video one time, but like, dude, they filmed me so much that they're such a good filmer, but they're better than some dudes that are like quote unquote like actual filmers, and like
Yeah.
they've never actually like done it as a job. They just had, my shit takes forever, so they've got some hours, like learning how to film, and like I said, Dennis kind of taught me. So like those dudes I trust. Like it's a rare day where I land something and they're like, yo, dude, like I botched it. Like they always, I trust them. They always get it good, and it's to the point where if they're not around, I pretty much won't do anything. So like that's the one thing that's kind of hard about being, a rider as well, is like there's times where like Fudger's in town and I'm working on an article or something like that, and I'm like, yo, dude, like, is there any way that you guys can like stick around, like, because I need someone to film, like.
Yeah.
So like there's been times where I got to hit up, I'll hit up like my skater friend who's good at filming, or try and get someone to come down. But like those are the two dudes that I'm most comfortable with. And Chad could film fish. I could trust putting a fisheye in Chad's hands, but there's really like not. Rob Wise too, actually. Rob's definitely helped me film a lot of stuff. He got a camera for a while and was stoked on filming, so I'm lucky to the Markit crew. Like I got 3 to 4 dudes that I could put a camera in their hand and be all right. So I'm definitely fortunate with that.
Hicks, what was your first camera?
I don't know. It was like a really old Sony. It wasn't even something dope like a TRV 900. It went to tapes.
Like
But,
digital 8? Digital 8
No,
tapes?
no. I went to mini DV tapes.
Okay.
But it was just an old ass Sony camera. It wasn't like a TRV 900 because it was all automatic, so you couldn't even do nothing manual.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I had that shit for a couple years, bro. That's where I learned the basics.
That's kind of what I started with too, I think. Like, I think it was a TRV 9 or something. Or maybe
Yeah, yeah.
a TRV 11, something like that.
Yeah, the 7, 9, and 11 were very similar, and then the TRV 20 came out the next year. Yeah, I know the exact series.
Yeah, I had one of those for a little bit, and then got a VX 1000 after that. Had that thing for like 10 years.
Technically a downgrade to the
Yeah.
VX1, but I think,
Really?
did everyone here own a VX1? Did you ever have a
I never had a VX, man. I missed out that whole part. I played with so many. I always wanted one.
Well, Hicks is 22 years old.
Yeah.
You have the portfolio / reel of a 50-year-old.
Shut the fuck up.
You just know you have gear that has tons of technology in it. Are you really good with computers and all that too, or?
Decently, yeah.
Yeah, so you have it in your brain, don't you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm jealous of anyone who had a VX. I wish I had one. I played with them enough. I missed that gap. I went from there to from a real shitty camera to an HD camera. So I
Yeah.
just didn't get that pro level SD shit like a VX.
You don't
but
need it.
It's all good.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's such a challenge.
Yeah, it's
dude.
like you didn't gain any life experience by logging and capturing tapes. Like if anything, is a
Glitches all
heartache.
over 'em.
Yeah, dude. As soon as the sun goes down, you need a light, at
Yeah.
least one light with the VX1.
You didn't miss anything taping over clips and fucking
Yeah.
any of that. Like,
Fisheye's epic though.
yeah, yeah. Do the
And
Mark
daytime
1.
colors.
Mark 1 is definitely a pleasure to work with.
So you went from TRV 900, or no,
Yeah.
you started with a.
I had that just for fun, and then I left it on a garbage can one day when we were riding a driveway in my street, and it was the garbage day where everyone puts out all their random shit, and
Yeah.
it's funny because me and Connor were riding this driveway, left the camera there, and then it was gone. And then like 2 years later, we're friends with these dudes from my school that ride bikes, and they're like, "Yo, dude, like I actually like found a camera one day and it had some footage of you guys on it."
No fucking way.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Let me get that thing back."
No fucking
And I got
way.
the camera back.
No fucking
Yeah,
way.
dude, we filmed we were making our own like Jackass videos, like just doing stupid shit.
That's why I started filming too.
Yeah.
I got my
Jackass?
first video camera. Yeah, when Jackass was huge.
Uh-huh.
That's what we were. I mean, like we'd film real riding, but as soon as like the whole crew was together, we were throwing water balloons at cars, footballs at
Dude,
buses.
that's all we did in
breaking
my
shopping
town.
carts.
Just terrible shit. Like
Yeah,
we were just
horrible shit.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, somehow we came back in touch with those dudes. I got the camera. I didn't have any hard feelings with them. They ended up being like some of my good friends. And then like I think it lasted a month, and me and my friend went off-roading and waterlogged the whole car, and the fucking camera floated away and got fucked. So
Shit.
I didn't really get too much filming experience with that. But then I got me and Dennis, like I said, split a VX 2000 and just a normal Mark II fisheye, and bought it on eBay for like I think it was $1,500. I was like, "Yo, dude, $750 each, and we got this, you know." And Dennis was cool with me keeping it, so like I'd just come down to San Diego and visit. We'd film, and then yeah, like I said, I went from that to the HPX 170 with a shitty ass fisheye. I think I had that thing for like 4 months, and then I just dropped in on the whale eye.
Yep.
I was over it, and then that's when I got really hooked. Is like the whale eye and the HPX was like, dude, like this is what I want to do. Like that's when it got real, I think.
Yeah, seems like it. Adam helped us out with a post on the Come Up Instagram.
These are
at the
some
Come
great
Up BMX.
questions. Oh shit.
Pick some out.
Let's hear some bangers.
Okay, here's a good one for both of y'all. Fish or long?
Yeah, there you go.
Long.
Long.
You can get so creative with the long.
Yeah,
agree.
I agree with that, but I don't know. I fuck with fish. You can
Yeah.
bubble out rails and shit.
There's a time and a place for everything.
That's
Like
true.
you can't pick. Like granted, if I had to be with one, you know, obviously the long lens, you have more options, but it's not always the right thing to go with.
Yeah, it is case by case. But yeah, I love a good rolling long lens shot.
Dude, rolling long
Shot in the
lens is
box.
my shit. I love
Yeah.
that. That's like if I could be on rolling with everything, like if it works, you know,
Designated rolling long
That's the
lens.
most fun, dude. Like I have so much fun rolling anything. Like rolling fish, rolling long is like the best filming experience.
Yep.
Okay, 2 people asked if you have any formal education, any college classes, any
Nah.
photo classes,
Nope.
just self-taught.
I went to like a community college. I had a film school in Florida for a little bit, and it was pretty weak. Like,
Yeah.
I like made like a little like I did a project and edited it, and then all the teachers were like, "Well, how'd you do this? How'd you do this?" I was like, "This is fucking weak. I'm paying money, and they're asking me what to do." Like, so I got over that pretty quick, and just I think I don't know. I didn't move to Greenville to like make it filming. I like moved there to like ride and shit. But I was like, yo, I'm just going to Greenville and going to ride. Like, fuck school. Like,
Yeah.
they're not teaching me anything. So pretty much just taught myself, I guess.
I mean, photo, video, any art really, it's not about a resume. It's just about the portfolio, the work you create.
Yeah, it's about your eye. Like,
Yeah.
if you got the eye, then your shit will look cool, I guess. Like,
Craziest thing that's ever happened while filming. That could go on forever. Anything off the top of your head?
Dude, those questions are so hard to pick
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
out.
shit.
Like
Too many stories, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one, dude.
Okay.
I got a funny one actually.
Okay, go for it.
We were in Flagstaff, Arizona, pretty small, like, you know, city, and we're driving around in the Markit rig with big old Markit stickers on it, and we're at this school, and Jonas has to go pee, goes in the corner, and of all people, the principal sees him, and like calls the cops. Cops come, dude's livid, like he wants something done. So Jonas gets arrested for peeing like at the school, and like we were still trying to get the clip, like we had to shut it all down. We didn't know where the heck they took Jonas. And then, you know, 4 hours later, we just like go to the police station and we just see Jonas like wandering around outside. Picked him up. He's got a ticket and he's like, dude, I don't know if they're gonna like, you know, try and, cause like I've always heard if you get caught peeing in public, you could become
Sex
like
offender.
a registered
Well, no,
sex
especially
offender.
at a school, but it's state by state.
Yeah, and they told us that if we were in like pretty much any other part of Arizona, like that would have been the case.
They're very strict. with
Yeah,
that.
but but the dudes pretty much told us like, you guys need to get out of here. And
Yeah.
like we were in a freaking Markit billboard of an RV,
Yeah.
and we still had clips we were trying to get the next day. So like we went out the next day trying to be like super low key and like sneak in a couple clips while we got like the whole city like looking out for us, and it just turned into like the biggest ordeal. So like the whole rest of the video, we're just like giving Jonas shit, like, yo, dude, like bathroom's over there, Jonas, like watch yourself, like. So yeah, be careful when you guys go to schools. Like at least go to the bush, go somewhere around the corner. Like don't pee on the door of the corner or the front of the school. Like you don't want to be a registered sex offender. You do not want that on your file, dude. Like I think you got to go to every house in your neighborhood and tell them like, hey, I'm a registered sex offender. Like,
that shit's weird.
So stoked he avoided that, dude. It was a comical night though. I think the whole crew remembers that one forever. Like Jonas will never live that down.
Sketchy.
Yeah, that's one. Shit.
All right. How does it feel when you eat shit filming? I'd imagine it hurts just as much as
It hurts your pride more than
Kind of
anything.
embarrassing
Yeah,
a little bit.
Depends who's around. If you're with the crew, then like they understand. But
There's one in Deadline, right? You're filming Colin.
Yeah, I eat shit a bunch. I don't know.
Really?
Not too much, but I don't know. It definitely happens. There's some fucking gnarly
it does.
cracks. And
When you're paying full attention to what you're filming, like
it's part
the
of
shit
it.
just pops up. Yeah.
It's part of it.
For John Hicks, do you plan to get better in BMX? Not saying you're bad, just asking, man.
Nah, man, it's all good. I know I'm weak.
The kids want to.
That's not even true, dude.
Yeah,
you got some of the
probably,
biggest
yeah.
bar spins I've seen in a while.
I mean, no, it's not on the priority list. I stay riding. I'm always be riding, but I'm trying to get better on the film and shit, first and foremost. Always. That's cool, though. Shout out to who that kid was.
taking interest.
Yeah.
How long does it take to edit a good section for a DVD or video? That's, again, case by case. But what's the longest you guys have spent on like a single video section? How many hours would you say?
It's hard because it's hard to call it, you know, until like the deadline's actually there. Like I feel like I always got something to tweak, but
Yeah.
that's a hard question to put it into perspective. Like if I was to put a section together, I wouldn't want to leave myself any less than like at least like 2 days. You know, like so I like to go all night, but I'm not trying to go until I'm fucking delirious.
Exactly.
And for me, it's hard to edit during the day when it's fucking beautiful and sunny
You
outside.
gotta be outside.
And it's so hard for me to like. I pretty much like I like to go do stuff all day, and then once it gets dark, it's time to clock in, and I'll just go till 6, 7 in the morning sometimes, and then just sleep it out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
A lot of wine.
True that. A lot of people asking for tips for up and coming filmers. I think that we'll probably wrap with that. If you guys want to start racking your minds for advice. Favorite editing software? What do you guys use?
I've just always used Final Cut,
Right.
but I don't do anything crazy. So I could probably use iMovie or something.
Who did the motion graphics in N-Search?
I did. I didn't really know what I was doing.
What do you mean? It looked spectacular.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of that's kind of how I learned After Effects during that video. Like just fucking with shit, and I don't know. Came out all right.
Well, you must still use After Effects. You got a lot of RAM slow-mo and Deadline.
Yeah, I still use it a bunch. Like I use After Effects and Final Cut.
Yeah. What are you, Christian?
I was Final Cut forever, and now that I got the Red, it was either Final Cut 10, which I heard is totally different.
Well, it's crap.
And so it was like, and everyone told me pretty much all my filmer friends like, yo, dude, switch to Premiere. There's no rendering. There's this, there's that, and I was just so stubborn because like I feel like I'm one of the more like least technological dudes. Like I don't know shit about fucking anything. So I knew how to use Final Cut and I stuck to it as long as I could. And now I switched over to Premiere, and there's still like every once in a while I'll jump on YouTube and figure out how to do something that I knew how to do before that's a little different. And I mean, yeah, the no rendering thing is great, and there's definitely some nice perks. But I'm pretty sure I'm still going to use After Effects for ramp slow mo. It's just because I've always been used to that. And
Is it built in Premiere, RAM slow-mo?
I think you can do it in Premiere now, but I don't know. I like After Effects, and I still deal with that. But yeah, I mean, they both get the job done. It's nothing crazy. They're both pretty straightforward. Like I had my friend show me the basics, and I learned off of that, and figured new stuff out here and there.
Hicks, what do you use?
Programs, I started on Sony Vegas, man. Shout out to Vegas.
Oh, yes.
I think the only ones that really use that, me, like Andrew Jackson.
I use
that from
Studio DV, Pinnacle Studio DV.
Yeah.
And then
That's
my
the
friend.
first thing I started on. Actually.
Yeah, it was. I was in
bootleg
7th
copy
grade.
at fucking high school.
How
That
you
shit was
bootleg?
going around.
Yeah, it was. I think I stole mine from like our tech class. It had the install file.
That's where I got my shit from.
Yeah.
Those things were going around tech classes all over the place.
That's
the
what's up,
go-to.
man. But yeah, that and Premiere now. I'm on Premiere. I also have Final Cut X. I have it on deck just in case someone sends me like an XML. I got 7.2, but I actually like using X.
Yeah.
It's if you kind of work within the weird workflow it's got, it can be efficient for some things, but Premiere is where it's at for me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm weak. I gotta switch to Premiere for sure. No rendering.
Well,
It's pretty rad.
I've been told the same thing. I'm just so stubborn to like learn something new.
Dude,
Same.
I was
Once
the
I'm
same
comfortable
way,
with
man.
something,
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like everyone told me it's gonna be worth it, and I did it. I'm like, well, that wasn't really that. Like, because I just filmed a project the other day, and I had to go straight into editing it, and like, I never really got any hiccups or got like held up with anything. Like, it's pretty straightforward. And if you have any question, you type it into YouTube, and boom, like,
true.
it's worth the change just for the rendering alone. Like,
All right, well, here, I got a question based on what you just said. Is this the project you're talking about? Is it BMX related?
no, it was actually a video for JanSport that I was working on.
Oh, sick. Okay, so I was just going to, you guys, Hicks and Tony, you guys do work outside of BMX?
I don't like
No,
just BMX stuff, like just fiend stuff usually.
keeping it real.
I grew up and I like filmed like mixed martial arts and like all kind of weird shit like for a little bit, and then like when I lived in Florida, just take whatever job I can get. I remember like filming on a fucking boxing ring with the VX up in there fit back in the day.
I can just
That's
picture you
awesome.
getting in there.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah,
but
of course, that's great.
I don't know, just filming BMX stuff now.
Hicks, you do a lot of live performance and music video stuff. You do any well, I mean, I guess with your new job, you're doing everything, huh? You want to talk about your new job?
I mean, not really. It's cool. I'd say like BMX is now probably like 20% of what I do now, and it's
Right.
really just like still just my homies, just OSS and the come up, and that's it. But yeah, it's still always got that niche spot for me where I can't, just completely break away from it.
Yeah, true.
It brings a lot of creativity to everything else you do, if you stick doing what you love at the same time. But yeah, I do a fair amount of other things with it now. You can do a lot of shit with a camera, kids. Don't limit yourself.
Tons.
That's right. What are you doing? You're like shooting music videos and stuff now?
Yeah, I'm doing some music shit. The same thing, like with my homies, and people I know well, and some corporate stuff too. Just
Yeah, it's fucking
you
awesome.
got to mix it up.
And I feel like the skills you get from filming BMX like carry over, and you can definitely tell the dudes that went from filming BMX to other stuff versus like the dudes that just went to school and filmed this other stuff. Like, I think that aspect of having to film and get the clip, like, it could be something dangerous for the dude's only going to do it once. I think learning to film under those
Under
circumstances
pressure,
carry over to like say a wedding or something like that.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
gotta
miss
get that shot.
You can't miss that shot. And
Yeah.
like for a BMX filmer, like that's normal.
your head,
but for
yeah.
any other dude that's whatever went to film
They're
school,
not ready for it.
yeah, they didn't every day they didn't have to deal with getting that shot. So
Yeah.
if you film BMX and you branch out after that, I think those dudes shine for sure.
Yeah. Very, very true. Very true. Okay, is Tony ever going to stay another VX project? I don't know, or keep it HD now?
I don't know. If we make another deadline, it'd probably be VX just because.
Wait, is there talk of another deadline video?
Not right now.
Okay.
but I'm sure, I don't know, everyone will be like in their 30s and just make like a washed up deadline.
Such a great idea.
Washed
be
up
like in
deadline,
my
aka
40s.
better than everyone
Yeah,
else's
this
shit.
yeah.
Washed up deadline.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm down to use whatever someone wants to use. Like, I'll use whatever camera.
Is there like any part of your squad right now that's like specifically requesting HD?
I don't know. That's mostly what I film now, so everyone's cool with it. I feel like the HD that I've been using like kind of looks like VX, so everyone's hyped on it.
I guess a better question is anyone still requesting the VX?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, but my shit's blown out, so
Shut your ass.
I don't really got a
Shit
choice.
Yeah, if you guys want to buy him another VX, I'm sure he'll keep rocking it.
Yeah, I've been filming with I filmed a couple clips with Steve-O's TRV 900 not too long ago for
You've been busting
trip.
that out again, yeah.
Yeah, like trip tape. I was like, oh, this is pretty sick. Like something different. It feels like a toy now though. Like, those cameras.
Yeah.
What export settings does Hicks and Rigal use?
Yeah, you don't want to know mine.
You don't want to.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I want to know
weak.
Hicks. My shit, dude. I don't know shit.
I don't know shit about
Dang.
No,
exporting.
dude. That's always been a struggle for me, honestly.
I mean, YouTube and Vimeo seem like have just decided on H.264 and AAC audio being like the preferred codecs.
Yeah, I got the Red Bull settings recently, and that's kind of what it is.
The Red Bull
I
settings.
think
What
so.
is a
I
Red
don't know.
Bull
They have
setting?
like it's crazy,
man,
bro.
what is that? Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
That
Like,
shit on contract? Why can't you?
what
the settings is, man?
I mean, I'll give it to whoever. Hit me up on fucking Instagram or something, but it looks all right. I don't know.
That shit's always been hard, though. I feel like I've always been a couple steps behind on export process, like, because I don't know, I'm not very knowledgeable in any means
Right.
but with any of that stuff, so I could use all the help I could
That's
get
what
on
I
that.
do. I wait till someone else pioneers some new technique, and then I'll follow in their footsteps. But
Yeah.
Navas came through with the breakthrough a while
yeah,
ago.
the fake HD frame, yeah, it works.
What is that? What?
What did I? What was it called? Anyways, you
Navi settings. I don't know.
yeah, it was some strange like that. But YouTube used to like upsample SD footage because it was too small in the frame, so you would export in HD in an
And
HD
it's
box.
super crispy, right?
Yeah, and it wouldn't upsample, it wouldn't lose quality.
Yeah. Yeah, he got him on lock. I think, like, I don't know how accurate it is, but I feel like a good rule of thumb is just kind of export to match the bit rate of your camera. So if your camera records to like 24 kilobits per second, export to like
That would be like
24,000.
raw footage, no? Like,
Nah, I mean, especially if you export an H.264, it's never gonna be over a gig, which is like small nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
For web shit, that's all I know. I couldn't even talk about DVD. I have no idea.
DVD, that's a
Yeah,
fucking different
DVD.
beast.
I got Mike Manzuri helped me out.
Really?
Yeah, and I just
wow,
like,
you learned from a fucking
dude, I was
boss.
in a fucking pickle, and like I just hit up Hova and I was like, yo man, like would you think Manzuri would be down to help us out? Because like I'd never compressed a DVD or done anything like that, and Jonas helped me out too. But like between Manzuri and Jonas, like I wouldn't have been able to do it, and he told me what to do, and then one day I think Mastroni hit me up. He had some questions. I just forwarded him the email
Nice.
that I got from Manzuri, and I think that DVD wise the footage looked good, but
Did you use DVD Studio Pro?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the go-to.
Yeah, and like I just used all his settings, and it turned out awesome. And yeah, I would
It
have
is
been
tough.
fucked if I did it on my own, I think.
That's a complicated process. A lot of trial and error I had. I probably burnt like 20 DVDs, just different VBR settings
Oh,
and
dude.
fucking bit rates.
I'm sure it's something you could always get better too. If
Yeah,
you're, like,
it can always look a little more crisp, and it irks the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it'll ever get like the highest quality or
yeah,
whatever.
Dude, I see some videos online. I'm like, why the fuck's their shit look like that? And why doesn't mine look
Yeah.
like that? I'm filming with the same damn camera.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm still, that's a hard thing, If your kids figure it out, then you're killing it.
Someone just says rollerblades. Oh, Riggs said rollerblades.
Shout out to Glenn Milley, man. Rollerblading. For
You
real,
guys-
though. That shit tight.
Everyone uses a filmer board here, right?
Yep.
Obviously, okay, good. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it just makes sense.
Yeah, get some soft wheels.
I wish I
kids.
could rollerblade those shit. You get the hella smooth shots, for real.
It looks different though.
Just
it definitely has a
shuffling around.
different. Like I remember seeing some of Glenn's footage in the Nike video, and you could just tell the movements like more of a glide than like a skate. I don't know. There's just something about it where it's got its own look to it.
That shit look tight in the bowl, though, and it's swerving around.
Dude, a bowl.
That
That's
shit
the
is
thing.
worth shine.
I would never be seen doing
Carving,
that. But in a
coming.
bowl, dude, I could see how if you
Yeah,
rip some
yeah.
rollerblades, you could fucking.
It'd be easier,
kill
yeah,
it.
because it's hard on a skateboard to like go up ramp.
You gotta be, dude. The dudes. I don't know many BMX filmers that can fucking rip around a bowl like Manzuri or something. Like Manzuri is the one dude I think of when I think of crazy bowl lines. Like
Yeah.
that takes a serious talent to be able to you got to be a skater.
Yeah.
To really keep, especially with a bike rider, dude. Bike riders are pumping way harder than a skateboard
Oh,
can
yeah.
pump. So like, for dudes like Mike Manzuri, when I see Chase Hawk footage, dude, like that shit's untouchable. Like I don't know anyone else that's gonna make that shit look like him.
Yeah, that guy is ridiculous at filming. He's sick.
Because he's a good skater, dude. That's what it takes. You got to be a good skater to be able to rip around a bowl on a skateboard. That dude could film a mean line.
How much like color correcting, contrast, brightness control? How much of that stuff do you guys do?
For me, I don't even really do it much. Like, if something looks terrible, I'll fuck with it a little bit, but I kind of usually just keep it raw. I don't know. I should probably get better at that stuff, but I don't know. keeps a raw look to the video if I don't. So
Yeah.
it's not. It's like I don't know. It's whatever.
You're more
But,
content
Yeah.
over appearance.
Yeah. I feel like if it's put in the right, if the clip's put in the right spot to the beat and shit, it's
It doesn't
good with
need
me.
any enhancements.
Yeah, but I mean, a good color correction. Like if someone can color correct good, that shit looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I just really never got into it too much.
Yeah, Christian, you strike me as someone who color corrects.
Yeah, I try and, well, with my Panasonics, I kind of tweaked with the internal settings on the camera a bit. I kind of found the few settings that I like to mess with, because like I myself, like I know not everyone's into it. I kind of like warmer footage. Like I live in San Diego. It's fucking sunny every day. I love that warm Cali feel. Like not like fucking super orange and saturated, but I don't like the flat, like, you know, some people shoot really flat and then edit from there.
Yeah.
I don't know color correction. I'd love to take a class in color correction or have somebody like sit me down and show me, because like I know I have a lot to learn, but I try and get it looking as good as possible in camera, and then after that, like, you know, I always do some fine tweaking on it. But with the Red now, like, there's a lot of in-camera stuff that you can do, and then in post, it's like editing a photo.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could tweak everything, the white balance, like everything. So definitely a little more involved now. But I got a lot to learn, and I'd be more than happy to, you know, take some classes or something, because I need to learn a bit more on the color correcting side of things.
Same.
Well, Hicks, you color correct, obviously. You do a lot of toning and contrast. I can tell your stuff is polished,
Yeah.
if I have to put one word to it.
Cheers. Your shit
Yeah.
looks awesome.
Thanks.
So that, I mean, you make it a point to make it look polished, right?
Yeah. I mean, where he says like, you know, like shooting flat is difficult. It is real difficult, but you know, when it comes to polishing up in color correction, it gives you the most freedom.
Yeah.
I guess you could put it. Yeah, and I feel like in new HD cameras, you kind of just have no choice but to shoot flat. That's why I respect like Ennis with the VX. You know, if you just get that look in camera, you don't have to worry about shit.
Yeah.
I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look as polished, but it is what it is.
It's
so.
VX footage. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like it's not supposed to look polished,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think something that's key is that just your footage looks consistent.
Yeah.
That's like, whether it looks amazing or not, at least like if it all looks, you know, fairly similar. Like you don't want one clip that looks really, really cool and then another clip that's really, really warm. Like if you can keep the clips across the board looking similar, like not like you all filmed them all on the same day, but like just keep it all looking so it meshes nice. That's key, more so than, you know, going crazy on the color correction. Just keep your shit looking consistent and nice, and that's like a good place to start. Like,
What's your preferred shutter speed when you guys are out filming?
I don't go lower than 120. You know,
Yeah.
I shoot everything like, you know, 60 frames, and I've seen, you know, filmers shooting DSLR and it gets dark and they go down below 120, and I just kind of, you know, growing up, I kind of always heard, you know, double the frame rate, and like if it starts to get dark and I'm at 120 and my gain's all the way up, or at least on my other camera, like I'll just tell dudes, and at least the guys I film with, they don't want it to look like shit either.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're down to stop and come back the next day versus getting some bougie ass, grainy, dark clip, you know, like I hate for that one clip in your part that looks like shit to be the one that we fucking kept filming for an extra 10 minutes when we should have just called it and came back. Like I'm super picky on that, and the dudes know, like they're like, how many more goes I got? I'm like, dude, maybe 5. Like all the guys I film with, they kind of know how I am, and we're all on the same page.
That's good.
So I think that's key.
Yeah, same with me. It's like, it's hard sometimes when someone's really close to something epic, and then you have to be like, bro, like, just let's come back tomorrow because this looks like shit right now. But everyone in our crew too is like, all right, I understand.
Yeah.
So usually works out.
250 though, 500. I don't
Same.
like. At least with the Red now, like the higher the shutter frame, the shutter speed, like, you know, I can get still frames from it. So sometimes I'll go even way higher
That's
than
what I'm
500.
saying. I default to 1/2000th now on the HMC, which I learned that is like a bad idea because it flattens and you lose contrast and you lose color, but bring it back up in post and it's fine. That's just, I mean, yeah, I'll go through phases, but like right now, like on the HMC, I go 1/2000th. I try to stay below f4 just to keep like a bit of a shallow depth of field, and then I'll even use an ND filter just to keep the aperture wide open as much as I can. And I was always taught to not do that, but at this point in my life, like I'm just gonna do whatever feels right, and that's what feels right. It's weird to
I think
even,
that was like a VX thing.
yeah. I
Don't
remember
go
like
over
Ty
1,000
Evans.
or
Ty
something.
Evans used to say, I think it was Ty used to say, don't go over 1,000.
Yeah.
So I'd always stay at 725.
I like read that on this forum called Shumways.
Shumways.
You know that shit?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's old school as
Digital
shit.
skate, skateboardphotography.com.
Yeah,
all that.
like I read that on there back in the day, like when I was getting into it. So I was like, I never go over 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, now it's
Yeah,
whatever.
now you just gotta do. I mean, I feel like I know a camera well enough to make my own decisions. You know.
Yeah.
Hicks, what about you? What's your favorite shutter speed?
I guess the same as they pick. Yeah, it don't really get that much different than that.
Yeah.
There's not that many to
I
pick
think
from.
there's more important things to worry
Yeah.
about than like, you know.
Well, when you're shooting, I just want to throw this out here. If the kids that have the shitty Rokinon Pro Optic,
Hey, all my
fisheye-
lenses is Rokinon. What you trying to say? Literally 5 of my 6 lenses are Rokinon.
Well, the
Shout out to
Rokinon,
Rokinon,
the
man. They sent me some
fisheyes,
shit.
Those budget fisheyes, they're sharpest at f8. No doubt, try to stay at f8 as much as you can, and then base your eye. You want a low ISO for better color and contrast, and then obviously a higher shutter speed because of action. But I feel like a lot of kids keep their fucking Rokinons open to 3.5, and it's just so soft and disgusting.
Yeah, no.
They've been tested to be sharpest at f8.
I
so.
think a general rule of thumb with the fisheye is like 5.6. You don't want to go lower
No.
than that. Like 5.6 is kind of like a general, like everything should be pretty well in
Yeah.
focus. Like unless you're trying to get some certain kind of
Some weird
lifestyle
look.
shot or you want to drop it into a lower aperture. Like
Yeah.
I don't really drop. I don't go lower than 5.6 really.
Yeah. Getting your shit stolen. Oh, that's Sauce. Sauce said just getting your shit stolen and a couple emojis. Have you guys ever just had like horrible experiences like that?
I'll stab someone, bro.
Stabs.
No, I'm just playing. No.
I would.
One time in Atlanta, some dude tried to rip all our, tried to come up on our car and dart and just burned out on him, but never had anything crazy happen like that.
Yeah, I stay on it with my gear, and usually I'm with a crew. Like, if I feel like I'm in some kind of sketchy situation, like, I'll roll out, you
Yeah.
know? Like, there's a park in San Diego where I know Miles Rogish got his cameras jacked, and
That place is fucked.
yeah, little Sean and little Chad got their, bikes jacked. For me, that park's rad, but I could give a less shit about going somewhere where I know it's hood, and I know people have gotten their shit jacked, so
Yeah.
you know, I think the chick talked to it, they wanted to go ride there and maybe film some stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, like, I don't even go ride there anymore, let alone I'm not taking my cameras anywhere near that place.
Yeah.
So just, you know, just be conscious and be smart about it, and don't put yourself in the position to get your shit jacked. Don't leave your shit in the car. You know, I used to do it because I ride every day too, and the second I can take that bag off my back, dude, I'm doing it. But now, like, I went on enough trips with dudes that just film and just take photos, and they don't leave their shit anywhere. And I'm like, why should I be any different just because I'm fucking tired of carrying it around?
Yeah.
I ride too. Like, don't leave your bag anywhere. Take it with you.
Literally use your camera bag as a pillow.
Yeah, dude, when I go to Spain or even anywhere else, I bring a bike lock and I put it around your camera bag. You fucking lock your bag to the tree, you know, right by where you're riding, not fucking 20 feet over there in the shade. Lock that shit up right next to where you're riding.
Yeah, and everyone, I feel like all crews should have like a little, like a bag corner where everyone's stuff is, and everyone keep an eye on it, and you're chilling, just be chilling in front of the gear, you know, make a little barrier around it. Yeah, I think there's too many kids that are just all fugazi about leaving their shit around, and if you care
Someone
about
will take that shit. Like, here in Barcelona, people will fucking take that shit, bro. Like, here too, everywhere. Like, you just gotta be aware where you are and watch your shit. Like,
always
Don't ever get comfortable.
don't act a fool either. Like, just talk to the people and like, be aware where you are. It'll be fun, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like there was one time I felt like I was in a sketchy situation, and my first fucking thought was I pulled the cards out and I slipped in my pocket.
totally.
Like, that's another thing. If you think shit's gonna go down, if you're in some crazy
Save
confrontation,
footage.
dude, the footy is all that matters.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna suck losing that camera, but it's gonna suck way more losing that.
That's why
footage.
the insurance is such an important
Yeah,
thing.
if you got any gear, dude, it's
a
so
no-brainer.
worth it. It's not that much money for what
Yeah.
you get. Like, I can't believe I went 7 years, you know, or the whole time, 8 years. I just got my insurance like a couple months ago, dude. Like,
Oh, you were talking on Twitter about that. Who'd you end up going with?
I think it's Hill and Usher.
Okay.
It's I think Colin McKay recommended it, and I think Walter Parringer recommended it to him. And it's like, you know, no questions asked, really. Like, if it says on the website, like, you fucking leave your shit in a taxi and it fucking gets jacked, like, it's covered. So I didn't get liability. I was kind of like asking around about that. Like,
Yeah.
if you're at a shoot or you're filming and somebody fucking trips on your tripod and tries to sue you, like, I don't have that kind of insurance, but
You can talk.
I never had to deal with that before, and I was like, I'm not trying to double what I'm fucking paying
Yeah.
for that, but dude, I definitely recommend getting insurance for everything, because the day that shit goes down and you don't have insurance, like for me, dude, if my shit got taken, my life would be over.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have insurance, like that's a wrap, dude. I'll be in debt for the rest of my life. So yeah, dude, I recommend that to every kid. It's, ask for it for Christmas, dude. I'm sure your parents will be stoked to fucking hook you up with some insurance for Christmas. And it's gonna help them out because they're gonna be the ones trying to help you out later when you gotta buy new shit.
Fact.
When filming on a tripod, is it better to stay close with a shorter lens or go longer in zoom?
This guy's posted.
Case by case, again, I'd say.
Do you use your tripod?
I don't do that. I'll put it on a tripod and film fish or something. But
Yeah, I feel like you're like tripod
I
master.
shoot everything. Unless I'm rolling long lens or rolling fish, everything I film's, or if I'm on a roof overhead, I like to, usually it's not easy to set up a tripod on a roof because you're either on the edge of the ledge or something. For some reason, overhead, like zooming down, I'm comfortable, but standing there and I'm filming just handheld, I'm not comfortable. I shoot everything on sticks. Like, I just like, when I was younger, I got really stoked on Jason Hernandez. He shoots all the Nike stuff, and
Very meticulous.
I just love the tripod look, and I, for me, that's been the style that I like to film. And yeah, it just
your style.
it just depends on what you're filming, really. Like, if you're filming with a camera that zooms, then you have that range. Like now that I'm, limited to lenses and I'm not zooming with the lenses, I zoom in post. So like, you gotta give yourself room to work with the image. So yeah, it's just whatever, it's kind of case by case whether the setup allows for it. But I think, if you're into the look of film with a tripod, dude, I love it. Like the second they're not doing anything, the camera's on the tripod, I don't have to sit there and hold it. Like, you can lock it off whenever you want. You can get like really good lifestyle shots. Nothing's ever gonna be shaky. Like your ins and outs are always gonna be smooth if you plan out, how you're gonna do it. Like it's got a lot of benefits to it, but there's obviously drawbacks with everything too. Like if you're filming a contest and you're on a tripod, like you're either gonna be right there or you gotta fucking pick that thing up and run around and set up. But I myself love the look of filming on a tripod, and that's how I film all my stuff. But you need a fluid tripod for that.
That's a thing for video.
You gotta, that's the thing. Like when I decided I'm gonna do that, I dropped in, I bought a $1,000 Satchel tripod, and then I used that for 6 years.
Yeah.
And I never had any problems. And now that I got the Red, I needed the next version up because it's a heavier camera, and I bought the new version of that same tripod. So it's definitely key. If you like the tripod look, I'd say invest in a nice one because it's not something you want to upgrade later. Like
I did the same thing. My first major tripod investment was the same one I use now, and this was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
You don't want such a plastic piece of shit. The point of a tripod is to be sturdy. The plastic one's gonna blow in the wind.
Yeah, and even if you're just throwing your camera on a second angle, those Best Buy $40 tripods, they'll get the job done. But like, dude, if a bike hits it, like. Yeah, you want a tripod that can go in your bag and survive, get to wherever you're flying to. Like, I think a tripod is something you don't really want to skip on.
No, because it can take you very far.
Yeah, and I think a little gorilla pod or a ground pod's key too. I never leave without one of those. Ground level shots are great, like
That's what
for certain things.
Gorilla pod.
Yep.
I don't know.
Like the bounce where the others too.
Yeah, I don't know. I like traveling on light, so having that's sick, but having what he has is fucking makes it just look that much better.
But I got this big ass fucking thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You drop it on a tripod, like dude, riding around town. When I go to Barcelona, I hate my life. I got huge tripod, big skateboard, massive bag. Like it turns it into a production when you take that step. But
pedal so much there. But
yeah.
Okay, when you guys use an iFind or viewfinder, use your right eye or left eye?
for me, left that.
Yeah, so.
And I think I should bring up Tony's got your. If you look through Tony's viewfinder, if any of us try to film through it, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, I can't see.
Do you have bad eyesight?
Yeah, my eyes are fucked, bro. Just from editing, I think. Because I'll fucking like if I'm working on a big project, I'll stay up for fucking ever. Like I remember I stayed up for 4 days, just fucking on Ennis, just eating Adderall. Just like my armpits stunk. I think that's what blew my eyes out for sure.
That video cost you your eyesight.
Yeah, so we're gonna get LASIK at some point, but my eyes are blowing out for sure.
Yeah, always tripped out about dudes that were, you know.
You want to see when I fucking, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but when I fucking text, my fucking phone died, but everyone makes fun of my text messages because, like, you can read it from, like, a football field away.
That's kind of funny.
Pulling myself out right now.
Did you bring your bag?
I did.
Yeah. You guys want to like go through your bag?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, here's Tony's bag. This is Tony's bag.
Yeah, fuck with that cat so much more now. He's like skating my bag.
All right, so what kind of bag is this?
I don't recommend this bag. This is originally a bag that I got for all my photo gear, so I could have my filmer bag on my backpack and then roll this thing. But when I got all my new stuff, it fit everything, so I've got it for now. But it's just I think it's a Tamarack Airport rolling bag, and it's got straps, but it's very uncomfortable, but it fits all my stuff. I got, you know, my fisheye, my 50, my eyepiece, 16 to 35, nice wide lens, 70 to 200, 2 red batteries, my handle, my little red batteries and my DSLR batteries, second handle for when I'm doing rolling long lens. I got GH4 that I still don't really know how to use. I'm pretty familiar with the Canons, but this thing I'm still figuring out. 60D, I shoot all my photos with this. This is one of my favorite investments I ever bought for taking photos. Magnified viewfinder, the best thing for getting the sharpest focus, and looking at your photos after is like a, you know, night and day difference. Microphone, extra mic holder, tripod mount, and then air puffer. This is key. Keep your lenses clean. Like, no one wants to see some sick ass clips with a dirty ass lens. And then camera. It's not the biggest thing. It's nice. It's going from two big huge bodies to this thing, and a DSLR is a great change. With the monitor, it folds down pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, everything fits in here pretty sweet. I got my photo tripod for when I'm, you know, doing sequences or long exposures. And then I have my big old tripod that I film all my long lens stuff on. And like I said, I had a Satchler tripod before, and this is the bigger one that works with my red. It's made for heavier cameras. You can go straight ground level, or you can go normal. You know, all the settings you want for how stiff you want it to go. And then something that I've been carrying pretty much almost every session now is my drone. Actually, it's you know, it's been super fun to film with, and I've been using it for every project. So now this is another bag that I've added to my collection of stuff. And then yeah, just, you know, monitor for that, mounts up on the remote. Got all the necessary antennas, and then this thing just shoots with a GoPro, you know. 4K, I like to shoot everything in 4K because that's what I'm shooting on the red. Got an ND filter on here, which, you know, I've been, like we were talking about earlier with color correcting, I shoot flat with the GoPro and then color correct later. And yeah, that's pretty much, this is what I roll with every day, and it's a lot of shit, but you know,
yeah, are you riding to spots with this stuff, or you drive?
Usually when in San Diego I drive,
yeah.
But you know, we have to ride, you know, around campuses and stuff too. But
yeah,
the second that I leave one of these tools at home is the second that I need it. So I just bring it all with me, and then if I'm taking photos, I got a whole another backpack with flashes and light stands and all that. So if you catch me on the right day, you can see fucking 6 bags, and then my truck's got ladders and boards and shovels, and I have a whole nother tripod bag full of tools.
I have a Burton bag. It's super old. I had this like film and end search, I think. I have little lens wipes. This is, oh shit. This is a HMC 150. I filmed everything in fiending with this. This is a loaner from Dave Mavro. Shout out to Mavro for fucking killing it. He let me use this for Garrett's Red Bull part, and at the end of the part I was like, do you want the camera back? And he was like, yes, hold on to it. So I've been using this. I have 2 angles now, so that's easier. These here. I don't have much. I kind of keep it simple. This is my skateboard, which is a stereo with Powell FilmBot wheels, independent truck. They're the best, I'm pretty sure. What else do I got? Here. A tube, wax, little lens brush thing. Little SD card holder for the footage. Trip lighters. What else I got? GoPro Hero 4. Shout out to GoPro for helping me out. Been using this thing a lot, just like trying to do random weird shit with it, and it's been pretty sick, so I'd recommend these to anyone. What else we got? Fisheye lens, Century, whatever model. It's a whale eye, I guess. This light, forget the name of it. It's like
ProMaster, isn't it?
something Pro.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent. Trip koozie in case we need a brewski. Merit tool. These things are sick. And lens wipes. And that's pretty much it.
Extra batteries, charger? Do you
Oh yeah, I got batteries. I normally have my charger in here, but it's at Ty's house now. And then got this battery. I think I got like 3 batteries in there.
All right, I believe you. All right, so Hicks, give us a quick rundown of what you use.
I use the A7S for most of my BMX shit, and then Sony just gave me an FS7, and I don't know how to use it.
Hold on, Sony just gave you an FS700.
Yeah, kind of. It was like part of a package deal for like a contract type thing we did. But yeah, they gave me the camera and the lens, and it's a lot of fun. So
That's awesome.
I still use my A7S for everything. You know, it's crazy how good that small ass camera is.
Yeah.
I vouch by it, like, to anybody. Recommend that shit. Yep.
But I heard that, correct me if I'm wrong, but that camera works better if you're shooting. It takes more color correction. Like that camera works better if you're shooting to flat and then color grading later versus like a GH4 where it's a little more like straightforward, I guess, where you don't have to work with the images much later. Is that true?
Definitely agreed. 100%. Yeah, when you shoot like with any type of sharpness or contrast in the image, it comes out bad.
Yeah.
I did notice that. You got to shoot real flat, but it's what I do anyway, so you know it works.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's wrap up with some advice anyone has for up-and-coming filmers, kids just starting, kids who want to get into it but have no idea what kind of gear to get. What would you tell them?
I honestly, like, if you're starting out, it's not even about the gear. Like, you could probably make something cool with an iPhone.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Like, just, I don't know, just do it. Like, be out in the streets, fucking do it. Like, that's the best thing you can do. And then, I don't know everything about editing. Like, anyone could be a great editor. It's just all what you think looks cool. And if it's weak, it'll probably be weak for the first couple of times, but like, you'll get the hang of it and it'll just evolve. I don't know. It's just being out in the streets really is what makes it, I think. Just filming all the time and capture footage and look at it, and it'll all come together. I don't know. There's really, no one thing you can do to make you a good filmer. It's just
keep filming.
Doing it. Yeah. like if I don't film for a month or something, like I'm like doing whatever with my girlfriend and just chilling, I'll come back and I'm like, damn, I'm rusty as fuck. So you just got to be doing it all the time, and it just it's like riding. I think like if you don't ride for a while, you feel sketchy as fuck. It's the same with filming. Like I don't know. It's not about. I don't think it's about the camera or anything like that. It's just about like what you think looks cool, and like you can do a lot with editing too. So just whatever you think looks cool, just keep doing it, and it'll probably work out. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Christian.
I think something that's pretty key, because kids always ask me, you know, they're always trying to dive in and get some crazy camera setup, but it's like, I know so many kids and so many, even friends of mine that go in and they buy a camera setup, and then 6 months down the line, they're over it, and then they lose money, and then it's like, you bought this $1,500 camera and you're not into it. It's like, you can get, you know, start with an iPhone, start with a GoPro, and like, if you genuinely love to film and you enjoy it, like, you'll get that itch and you'll get that bug, and it'll make you want to keep going, and then invest, you know, in whatever you want to do. Don't go straight in and get a HMC 150 and a fisheye and then figure out later that you're not into it. Like, start small, get stoked on it. Like, you know, you don't have to go out and start filming your friends do crazy shit, because then they're going to be bummed that you're learning. You know, you got to learn somewhere, but like, you know, film your friends messing around. Go to the skate park, make an edit for fun. Like, you don't have to go in to start just filming gnarly shit, you know, like, go have fun, film whatever. You know, make some videos. Like Tony said, they're, you know, at first they're probably going to be pretty weak. You know, you're learning. You know, your friends are trying to learn and progress on their bikes too. So it's like you guys are both learning together. So just, you know, have fun with it. Don't be like, oh, I want to make money. I want to turn into a filmer. Like, that shit doesn't. You know, I don't know anybody that told themselves they want to be a filmer and they turn into a filmer. Like, everyone that I know that turned into a good filmer, it just happened organically. So just have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. Don't sweat your equipment. You know, you can. Dude, you know, I've seen people make amazing stuff with a GoPro with it. You know, I did a Sosh contest with an iPhone. The stuff that I saw the other dudes create with the iPhone, like, I couldn't even believe it. So it's like, you know, with the tools that you can, you know, the lenses and the rigs and stuff that you can get for an iPhone, like, you can make as legitimate of a production as you want. So, like, start small. If you love it, you'll know it, and take it from there. But just, you know, film with your friends. That's the best thing. Just, the more, like Tony said, the more experience you have, the better it is, and you'll know if it's what you want to do.
You can't really look at it like, I want to have a job in this, because it's so much fucking work to like get to the point where we're all at. Like, you can't even like be like, I want to be a filmer. Like, I think we all kind of just naturally like fell into it, and like, you got to be cool is the main thing too. Like, people got to fuck with you. If people don't fuck with you, if you're not cool to hang around with, like, it's not gonna be sick to film with you. So no one's gonna fuck with you. Like, I'm not like some crazy amazing filmer, you know, but people will fuck with me because I'm chill. I'm not like, yo, you got to do this right now. It's just, if you want to film something, hit me up and we'll film it. Like, it's not like, you can't put pressure on people to make something. It just has to happen, you know?
Yeah. I think everyone knows, like, in the industry, like, the filmers that are, like, fun to work with, and, like, the ones that are just trying to get the job done, and the ones that are, like, you know, dope to go on a trip with. Like, you know, the cooler the person, the more fun it is to work with them. And that's the best, dude.
That's the number one rule. Just be cool. Like, don't be a mark. Just fucking.
Any last words from Hicks?
Nah, I mean, I think they just had two real solid points. Don't worry too much about the gear. You know, you go broke fast doing that. And be cool, be yourself, be comfortable with the people you shoot with. It's another great point. If there's anything I myself, I mean, is don't let yourself fall behind with where your own expectations lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Simple as that. If you set a bar for yourself, hit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep moving up to the next one.
Yep.
And don't care, like, I don't know, for me, like, when Deadline was coming out, people were like, yo, where the fuck is this video? This has been 5 years, but it's like,
don't rush it.
Just do what you think is cool.
Yeah.
Like, don't give a fuck what anyone else is saying. Just do what you think is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could say one piece of advice, I'd say watch videos, pick out the things you like about them, and then try to create stuff yourself. You have to know what you like to see in order to make stuff other people might want to see.
Yeah.
You know, don't directly bite shit though.
Yeah, get inspired. Don't just copy. You know, like you can see in every filmer's filming like what inspired them, but you don't need to just go out and be like, oh, that video is sick. I'm gonna copy how they did that. You know, like that's
You
that's
got to put your own
definitely important.
twist on things. But yeah, be cool, keep filming, and keep raising your bar.
Yeah.
I like that. I think we're good here. Shout outs, I don't know. You go to your website, it's John. You have John Hicks.
Oh yeah, hicksfilm.com.
Hicks Film.
Shout out OSS, man. Y'all my niggas. Come up.
Yeah.
That's
you,
it.
You got a portfolio website or anything, Christian?
Dude, I got nothing. I'm slacking.
Is there ChristianRigal.com? Is that available? You should probably swoop that up.
I'd like to
It's
think
definitely
it's probably
available,
available,
Yeah.
You
but
should get that
no,
ASAP.
I'm kind of slacking. Like one day, I definitely want to go through and really upload all my stuff to like a solid, you know, Vimeo or YouTube account
Yeah.
or whatever. But I don't know, like if you just I don't know search through my name on whatever YouTube or Vimeo, like I'm sure you'll get a mix of stuff that I'm in and stuff that I film. But yeah, I don't really have anything like. If you just keep touch on my Instagram, that's you know any project I'm working on, you'll see what's going on through there. And
True.
yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Tony, you got any Vimeo, YouTube page you prefer?
Just fiend shit.
Okay.
Like Deadline, fucking.
Deadline, enough said.
Get your deadline fixed right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Coming out on the come up now, right?
Yeah, this will be on the come up, and we'll link to everything appropriate, and we'll shout out the right people and
Word.
Shout out to Mark Losey.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Losey for
Yeah,
real.
wouldn't be here
Losey's
without
killing
him.
it.
Yeah, he helped me out a lot too, man.
Yeah.
I think he's helped everyone out.
Yeah, we've
making
all
it.
worked for Vital here, you know, or at least when
That was my
Losey
first.
worked-
Yeah.
Yeah, Losey worked there when I got in there.
I have
so.
not worked for Vital yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. But
It's
Yeah.
still
I
early
got
in the game.
Kyle's number if you need it, bro.
Thanks.
yeah, shout out to Mark Losey. He opened up a lot of doors for me and all my friends, and yeah, and Alex Auerbach. I gotta say that too.
Oh, Super Jew.
Yep, the
Shout
Jew.
out to Alex.
What?
Yes. Yeah, he's a SoCal dude.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. He a young filmer out here though. A lot of people don't know that about him. He came up filming the same time me and Christian did.
Yeah, he was one of the
That's dope.
dudes. Like he would film Dennis, and like that's where I kind of got stoked on seeing filming go down and all that. And he taught me how to use Final Cut, and every time something messed up, I'd hit him up. So between him and Losey, dude, I wouldn't be anywhere. Like they made me into a filmer. So
Nice.
shout out to those dudes.
Man, that's dope.
That's what's up. Cool. Is that it?
It's a wrap.
That's it. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Sorry if I made all that audio not work.
Figure something out.
Dope. That was cool.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, that was easy, man.
That was rad, man.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Joe.
I fucking sit here with you guys.